Hey, the name's Deathy and welcome to my solo D&D actual play series, Tales of Fool's Gold. Last episode, the final curtain fell for Doro, ending his story at the Dolphin Monster Lair. It also brought the deaths of his Mastiff and his newly acquired companion, Salros. However, time carries forth as usual, as a new story is about to begin. Hope you enjoy. Batty Pam gets a knock at the door. As she approaches to answer it, the door slowly creaks open, revealing the image of an old man in rich clothing, leathers of green and red, a man of stature and importance. He introduces himself as Julius Silverbark, the owner of a hunting guild by the name of the Twilight Hunters. He's heard about Batty Pam's expeditions to the northwest and rumours of locating some hunting grounds in the top left here. So he offers to buy a copy of the map for a small sack of gold. Batty Pam agrees, so with a hastily drawn map and the bag of gold being exchanged, he bids farewell and returns back to his guild. So, the plan with Julius and the Twilight Hunters is to set up a hunting ground settlement, something along the size of a hamlet. So, what we're going to do is this. We're going to find the perfect place for this hunting ground, and then we're going to decide how that hunting ground is going to be set up. I've got a few ideas, so we're just going to do this one bit at a time. So, first of all, with the top left here, don't know why I keep saying top west. So, what we need to do is we need to find the perfect place where I'm going to say that the hamlet can easily reach the three hunting grounds. So, we've got one in the Arctic, one in the coastal area, and one in the grassland, I think this is. So, we're going to try and triangulate the position. So, the way triangulation works is you draw lines to the point where all three intersect. So for example, so let's say we draw a line from here straight down to here. Let me get that 3D. So this is going to be the one triangulation. And then we're going to draw another two in a second. Okay, so actually I've done three straight lines into different directions that kind of correspond against each other. And the perfect settlement seems to be in this hex here. So if we quickly remove these. So I'm going to say it's in this tile right here. So this is where the settlement is going to be. It's an earshot of the different ones. So it's going to be here. Okay, so I've gone to Kasoon to generate a counter. So what we're going to do is this. So I'm going to put the max CR. Look them up. We're going to put it as 2. Not 1. We're going to put it as 2. Because personally, I believe we need to make some kind of a boss monster. So, now we do have beast, monstrosity, humanoid, dragon, for example. But, we've got a few here. Centaur, crab. Yeah. In fact, you know what? Let's go minimum challenge rating 1. Because I want this to be something like a boss monster or so. So, we got an Allosaurus, an Ikeg, Bandit Captain. Not necessarily this needs to be a beast or so, but basically when it comes to revenge, I think we want to have like a beast or so, like a beast, dragon, or monstrosity. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to be hunting a giant hyena. So to mark the beast that has taken out whoever this person has, Julius wants revenge on, I'm going to go for a giant hyena. Right, okay, so now we know our target and we know our quest. So the question is though, what's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to say that Julius is going to send out a hunting party. He's not ready to set up a settlement just yet until he knows that this giant hyena has been done. As this is one of the reasons why he wants to set up the settlement. So I'm going to say he's going to send up a skeleton party first to this location. And then when word just came back that the skeleton is done and this is a clear tile. I mean, this could be a monster lair, this could be a dungeon, who knows. And then from there, he's going to send word. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of an escort quest at the same time. So this is going to be a multiple quest line. There's going to be a multiple quest line to some degree. So quest 1, we know is the revenge. That's the main quest. So we want to take out this giant hyena. The second thing that we need to do is to establish a settlement. And then number 3, we need to make sure that this place is clear. So we're going to create a skeleton party now. Okay, and to do so, we need to decide how this group is going to be set up. So personally, for a skeleton group of this magnitude, I think there's going to be no more than 5 people. So let's roll a d5. Well, let's roll a d6. 6 is a nice number. What have we got? 5. Okay, so we've got 5 people. So going back to our tier list for the different kinds of people we can have in the party, remember, we have our militiamen, our men-at-arms, our hirelings, and we have our heroes. So militiamen are people from the monster manual, humanoids to be more precise, from a CR-18 to a CR-1. Men-at-arms are from CR-2 to CR-3, I believe. Hirelings are basically any race, but only classes from the Tasha's sidekick classes, and then heroes are just custom PCs. So we have 5 people in this party, so the question is, we'll do this one bit at a time. So person 1 is a hireling. No, excuse me. It's a man-at-arms. Yeah, so it's a man-at-arms. So I'm just going to write this down so I don't forget. Okay, so first man-at-arms. Obviously you won't be seeing this because I'm on Notepad. Okay, so this one's going to be a hireling. Okay. So second hireling. We have another man-at-arms. The 4th is another hireling. And then finally the 5th, I'm going to say, is a PC, as a leader of sorts. Is a hero / PC. Okay, no problem then. Right, so I'll tell you what, let's construct my sugar. I just realized I got the wrong dice roller on. Alright, never mind then. Okay, right, well what we're gonna do is on screen now, we're gonna create our hero, and then we will do the rest of the team as they come along. Okay, so we're gonna create our hero now for the leader of this skeleton party. And also I've got a couple of restrictions regarding classes as well. I'll talk about that just because I think it just makes a little bit more sense. Because we're going to go for more of a hunter feel. Like a little bit of a hunting / skeleton feel. So obviously we're not going to have any wizards, we're not going to have magic users. We're going to have more of a nature based kind of team to some degree. So I think the actual race doesn't make a difference in my opinion. So let's have a look. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is our race. Okay, so we've got a human variant. Okay, perfect. And also we can get free feet as well. Okay, so we've got a human variant. Okay, so what we want now is we want the classes. Yeah, I'm going to do the classes first before we do anything. So what I mean is there's only, so regarding this, there's 2 classes and 2 subclasses that we're going to be using for this. So we're going to go with the Ranger class, and more importantly, we're going to go with the Hunter. We're going to go with Hunter Ranger for this. Either Hunter Ranger, or we go, come on, or we can go Scout Rogue. The Hunter Ranger is kind of, I'm not going to go over the abilities, but just the actual theme of it. The Hunter Ranger makes more sense, and the Scout Rogue makes more sense as well. I mean, Scout Rogue, we have Survivalist, Nature and Survival skills, Skirmisher, Stealth and Surviving fast in the streets of the city, like Scout ahead of your companions during expeditions, Rogues who embrace this archetype at home in the wilderness among barbarians and rangers. And May Scout serves as the eyes of ears of warbands, ambusher, spy, bounty hunter, yada yada. And then going with the Hunter Ranger flavor, the Hunter archetype means accepted your place as a bulwark between civilization and terrors of the wilderness, and you walk the Hunter's path. You learn specialized techniques for fighting the threats you face, from rampaging ogres and hordes of orcs to towering giants and terrifying dragons. Just makes more sense. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go with D2, and it's going to determine the class for our hero. 1. Okay, so we're going to go with a Hunter Ranger. Okay, so we're Hunter Ranger, so I remember that much. But to tell you the truth, we're starting at level 1. So, well, actually, tell you what level are we starting at? What level is this hero? That's a good question. So, we'll roll a d3, and yeah, I'm not using the other one, we'll use this one while I'm here. Okay, so, what level is this Ranger? 1. No, I'll tell you what, we'll start at, because it's the only hero, we'll start at level 3. Okay, so level 3 though. Okay, we'll start at level 3 though, no problem. Okay, looking at the background, there is one that I'm going to be choosing. Yeah, there's one I'm going to be choosing. I can't remember what it was. I thought it was a Hunter one. I thought there was a Hunter one. I'll tell you what, we're going to go with Far Traveler instead. Is it Far Traveler? No, it's not the one I wanted. What is it? It should be Hunter or something, right? For the background, we're going to go with Outlander. So, it just makes sense. So, we get skill proficiencies in athletics and survival. What type of musical instrument? What type of choice? Staff, hunting, trap, driver's claws, blah blah blah. Origin, trapper for this one. This is what we're going to be doing. And the rest is non-thingy. If we had multiple heroes, then, you know, I would be customizing the background to be more random. But because I just want this one to feel more within the theme, because we only got the one hero, so this is going to be a human variant Hunter Ranger with the Outlander background. Okay, so now we're going to go roll stats. So we're going to roll 5 times and then randomly assign 5 times. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 14 strength. Oh no, we got +1 twice. So, okay. I'll tell you what, let's do a d6. 3 and 1. So we're going to add 1 into Constitution and then 1 into Strength. Okay, so our final stats for our Hunter Ranger is 15 Strength, 14 Dexterity, 12 Constitution, 9 Intelligence, 17 Wisdom, very nice, and 12 Charisma. Okay then, so that's that. So that is our Hunter Ranger. Okay, now we're going to construct the rest of the party. So we want a Man-at-Arms first. So Man-at-Arms is going to be from challenge rating. By the way, I put it on humanoid and I put it on any race. So we want to get a challenge rating of 3, do a challenge rating of 2. Then we'll save. Okay, so we have our different things here. So we got an archer, bandit camp, bandit captain, stuff like that. So this is going to be our first Man-at-Arms. So we're going to do this 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got a Berserker. So 67 hit points, 13 armor class. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so we got Berserker for our first Man-at-Arms. We got a second Man-at-Arms as well, so we'll do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got Dragon Hunter. Okay, so medium humanoid, solid leather, 59 hit points. I might do a randomize, whatever. Just get across the board. We've got multi-attack, longsword, short sword, longbow. Sweet. Okay, now we're going to do our 2 hirelings now. So, with the hirelings, I'm going to do any race, and then we'll go over the classes in a second. So, let's randomize them. So, got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we got a Ghost White Halfling, not bad. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we got another half elf. Okay, obviously I'm going to do all this in my own time, so we're not like wasting time, so we can just get straight to it. Okay, now we have our psychic classes. Psychic. I always get confused with the pronunciation of psychic and sidekick. So we have 3 we can choose from. So we have the expert sidekick, which is kind of like the rogue kind of thing. So we got like helpful, cunning action, expertise, and coordinate strike and stuff. We have the spellcaster one, which we can choose between. The ones we can choose between our roles as well. So mage, healer, prodigy, stuff like that. And then finally the warrior one, which is kind of like a combination of like the fighter class and barbarian and all that. So as you can see, like they don't really get. So you know, as you can see, you get some abilities from some of the other classes, but they don't really scale that much, or they don't have full power like they do with the main classes. Okay, so we're going to randomize 5 times for the first hireling. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we got a warrior, and then the second one. Come on. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we've got an expert as well. So as you can see, like they don't have any proficiencies or anything like that. So yeah, so basically we can kind of give them like whatever weapons and armor we can give them. So at least I think anyway. I'm gonna have to look into this, but I'm sure. I mean, they don't have any proficiencies or anything. Yeah. Proficiency in 5 skills, your choice gives proficiency. Oh yeah, they do give proficiency. So it says here, so the bonus proficiency. So the psychic, in light armor, simple emotion with a stat block. If it's humanoid, also gains proficiency while simple to choose your choice. Okay, right, well, I'll create all these and I'll explain my choice. Well, not explain my choices, but I'll randomize all the choices that I'll have. And I'll introduce you to the party in a second. Right, okay. So we have our party then. We have our party. So let me introduce you to who we have. So we have Vinya, our hunter variant. So this is what we rolled. In terms of her equipment, she's got a short sword, 2 short swords, and a longbow, basically going with the ranger standard equipment. Suit scale mail, 20 arrows. Got a bunch of different stuff as well for my background, which is very, very nice. In terms of the feats and skills that she has from her feat, from being a very human, she's got telepathic. This allows her to do detect thoughts, which is a spell where you can read thoughts of other people. You can do it 3 once per long rest, and she can telepathically talk with different people. We also get free skill proficiency through human variant as well, so we work with deception. This is what we rolled. Favored enemy, elementals, feared foe as well. This allows us to add a 1d4 once per turn with every attack. Natural explorer when underdark. Death explorer when canny, to get expertise in athletics. Fighting style with druid warrior. We've got control flames and magic stone, the 2 cantrips from the druid subclass. Sorry, from the druid spell list one, let's say. Hunter subclass, we've got hunter's prey, horde breaker, which is what I randomly chose. It allows us to make a additional attack against an enemy that's within 5 feet of our original target. We've got primeval awareness and primal awareness, which allows us to do a couple of other things, as some extra spells, yada yada. Again, I'm not going to go into too much into depth with this kind of stuff because I just assume that everyone knows what the DnD 5e system is. So, you know, this isn't a how to play, this is just basically tell me what I'm doing, and then, you know, it's up to your own to look it up and stuff. But, you know, I'll go back and forth depending. Also as well, in terms of the spells, we have the Speak of Animals. That's from the Primal Awareness. Basically one of these two that gives us the spells. Free list of spells, so we can do that once plus long rest. We got Hail of Thorns, Sever Strike, Detect Poison and Disease. Hail of Thorns allows us to entangle, or no, excuse me, I think Hail of Thorns, that's an AoE effect, I think. With an attack, I think, something along the lines of that. I've never used a spell before personally, so we've got Sever Strike as well. This allows us to do a basically concentration, allows us to do like an auto disengage, but on our first attack, and once only, we can hit with advantage and adds a 1d8 force damage to the weapon damage, and we can move for 60 feet. So it's kind of like an auto disengage with a one-time advantage and one-time dash. It's really nice. And Detect Poison Disease, and we have Detect Fall, so that's from the EV as well. Just want to do a quick little jump in here to the observed players. You may notice that the Rangers, they have two different sets of abilities they can have in their progression. One from the player's handbook and another from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Now, rules as written, you are supposed to pick one set or the other. But with myself, any Rangers that I play or DM, I do allow them to have both. Personally, I just feel like it gives them a more all-round package for the skills, and in practice, I noticed they're not really that much stronger than they already are if they have access to both set of skills. The first of our sidekicks, we have Halifius. That's our half-elf. Basically, here's the thing. With the experts, it didn't mention about hit dice. So what I've kind of done is, I've kind of went with a d8 hit die for the warrior. A d6, which will bring it in line with like the monks and... yeah, I think, is it just monks? I think monks is the only one with a d8, I think. Because I think fighters are d10s. Rangers are d10s. There's another class that's a d8. I think it's a rogue as well. No, I think rogues are d6s, aren't they? I don't know, but basically, yeah. So warrior gone with d8, expert gone with d6, and then if we get spellcaster, we'll go for a d4, which is the wizard hit die. So yes, kind of like that, really. So in terms of what we have, basically both of them are level 1. The reason why is because I'm treating these two as apprentices that's looking to join the Hunter Guild, and Finya is going to be the mentor or the person evaluating these two. So that's the only thing I'm thinking of in terms of the connection to the group. In terms of their equipment, in terms of the proficiencies, the expert proficiency gives light armor proficiency, simple weapon proficiency, and allows us to choose 5 different skills in terms of proficiencies. So we have animal handling, arcana, athletics, insight, intimidation, investigation, and religion. The reason why because of that is because with the half elf, we get one of 3 abilities which we can choose between a cantrip, weapon proficiency. I rolled for skill versatility, so we have proficiency in arm, in arcana, and religion. Helpful allows us to do a bonus action help. That's from the expert class. Dark vision is from the half elf. And the way I did things was for the equipment, I rolled 2 weapons. I rolled 2 simple weapons. We got 2 sickles. And I rolled light armor. We got a suit of padded armor. And then I rolled a sort of like an adventurer's pack sort of thing. And we got the priest pack for her, I believe. So back, Book of Ore, Book of Ink. I think it's priest. No, I don't really remember this one, but this one's definitely the priest. Yeah, this one's the priest one. So yeah, on the other side as well, we have Ariola Quick Eye, our halfling, warrior, psychic. D8's mentioned. In terms of her weapons, we have a great club and a heavy crossbow. However, the problem with the heavy crossbow is it's got the heavy property. So because the halfling is classed as a small race, they have disadvantage for all their attacks for the heavy crossbow. So, you know. We've got Lucky, Brave, and Halfling Nimbleness from the race, as well as Silent Speech from the Ghostwise. Lucky allows them to re-roll nat 1s. Brave, I believe, is advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Halfling Nimbleness means that you can move into the same space as another creature. Rules is written you're not allowed to do that, but with this race you can. Silent Speech with the Ghostwise allows you to talk telepathically, so you know, between her and Finya, should be pretty cool. And one of the two martial roles you can get with the warrior is Defender. Defender says that with a reaction, if somebody is being attacked within 5 feet of us, we can interfere with the attack roll with our weapon, and we can impose disadvantage on that one attack. So very useful. For her weaponry, we got a great club, a heavy crossbow, a suit of padded armor. That's what we rolled. 20 bolts, because we rolled a heavy crossbow. And we've got the Priest Pack, which is a backpack, blanket, 10 candles, it's in the box, alms box, 2 boxes of incense, sensitive vestments, 2 days of rations, and a war skip. And then of course we got the Berserker, and we have the Demon Hunter. Alright, so that's that long-winded explanation done. Okay, so also as well, I made a custom party token as well. Took a little wolf's paw with some camouflage. Okay, so the place we're going to head to here, I believe, is here, right? This is our destination. I meant to I'll tell you what, let me borrow the dolphin. Let me borrow the dolphin. The dolphin can be our little marker. So yeah, so we're supposed to head to here. So just as a reminder how we work the map in terms of a party rather than a pathfinder. We take the person with the lowest speed and we translate that to how many hexes they can move, and it's 1 square for 10 foot. So we take the slowest moving person, which in this case it'll be Aluria with 25, but we take 25 rounded down, so we can only move 2 squares or 2 hexes at a time. The way we do this is we start them. I think they're going to start here. He thinks we're going to start in this hex. So the way we do this is we roll a d6, and with the... Okay, and the way movement works, as I was about to mention, is we roll a d6, and depending on what we roll determines what our roll direction is going to be. So 1 and a 2, we move straight forward, no changes, no turns or anything. 3 and 4 and a 5, we're allowed to make 1 directional change, and 6 means that we can start in any direction. Sorry. And we can move as many hexes as we possibly can. Also as well, at the end of every turn, we will do, I think we'll do 3 checks, I think? No, we do 2 checks, that's right. I was going to mention we do a points of interest check, but that's with the Pathfinder. No, what we do is we do 2 checks. We do an encounter check, and then what we do is we do a random terrain event roll with the TSAT Part 1, I think it is. Yeah, TSAT Part 1, which we'll do in time. Right, I get it. Let's roll a d6 and let's see what's going on then. Let's see what direction we're going to go. Okay, 3. So we can make 1 turn then. Alright. Okay, so let's see. So we want to go straight here then. So we're going to go 1. And we have to make a turn, I believe. Yeah, we have to make a turn. So let's go 1 and 2. Okay. Question. So, do we have an encounter? 2. We don't. Okay. Now, we need to go to the PDF, and I'll find the right one if I can find it, because we're in Arctic. Okay, so, we're into the overarching terrain table. So now we roll a d100 to determine what we get. So, let's have a look. So roll d100, 98. 98, ladies and gentlemen, is a monster layer. Oh my god. So, we come across a monster layer. We come across a monster layer where we are standing. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. So, the party moves 1, 2. And they come across a monster layer. Now, the question is the monster that they're facing, or the monster that they're finding? Right, I'll tell you what, we need to determine... Well, I have a feeling they're going to mark this. So, we need to determine what this monster is. So we're in the combat generator. So the way we do this is we going to go to environment, and we're going to go to Arctic, right? So we're going to go to Arctic. Now we're going to march this. Yeah, we're going to mark this to the level of the person, of the highest level, and then we need to roll. Actually, no, we're going to bring this down a little bit. Let's go to difficulty level 2. Yeah, I'm going to say party level 2 would probably be best. Okay, and then we're going to roll easy, medium, hard, or deadly. We're not going to roll a boss. So let's roll a D4 to determine the difficulty of this monster layer. Let's have a look. 4. So this is going to be a deadly one. Oh my god. Let's have a look. Deadly. Okay, so we've got Skyweaver and we have Sacred Stone Monk. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that... Okay, so this monster layer... Let's have a look. Skyweaver. I've never heard of a Skyweaver before. Ah. Okay, so we've came across... Ah, looks like we came across some kind of a cult. As well as a Skyweaver and a... What's it called? Sacred Stone Monk. Yeah. Both from Princes of the Apocalypse. Right, okay, so it looks like the party has came across some kind of cult. Now, we need to ask the question. Does the party go into this monster lair? Oh, actually, no, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do it this way, right? So, they stumble across this monster lair looking for this place that they're headed to, right? So, the question is there anybody at this monster lair? Is there anybody at the entrance of this monster lair? 1, there isn't. So, there's nobody currently at the end of the monster lair. So, by saying this, that they are safe. So, they come across it. Probably this. I'm going to say it's going to be like this monastery, right? Yeah, so it's going to be this monastery. Maybe going down into the side of an ice mountain or something like that. Because we're in the Arctic, so, you know, I'm going to say... Yeah, so I'm going to say there's like this monastery that's into the side of a mountain that's covered in snow. So, judging from the... Yeah, so going from the Sacred Stone Monk and the Skyweaver, because you can see the Sacred Stone Monk, Lawful Evil, and the Skyweaver, if I can find it, both, well, Lawful Evil and Chaotic Evil. So I'm going to say that this entire monster layer is led by the Skyweaver. It looks like he deals with, maybe, yeah, we don't know the true story of the Skyweaver, but I'm going to say that this is going to be an evil place. Conjuring magic and leading some kind of a cult. I don't know what, maybe planning on bringing like the avalanches and the everlasting winter to the nearby lands and something like that. This could be, I'll tell you something, I'm going to jot this down. This could be a very, very, very interesting plot point, actually. This could be a very interesting plot point. But we need to ask the question. Does our team stick to the original mission, or do they go into this place? I didn't, yeah, okay, we'll redo that. Does the players, not players, does the party carry on with the mission? Yes, they do. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. So, let me move this out of the way. So we found... That's interesting. So we found another monster lair. That's amazing. Right, okay, so the party has marked the entrance of this monster lair to the map. So they might have to come back. It is very close to a monster lair, to a hunting ground, so they probably might have to organize a party to go in to sort that out. Will it be this party? Who knows? But for now, we're going to be carrying on. So, even though I moved here, we're technically still in this location. So, let's roll a d6. Oh, actually, hold on. Just realized something. I just realized that we lost a little bit of our rations because it's classed as a day, innit? It is. Right, I'll tell you what. Let me go to my pen. Okay. I just realized you don't have any rations, do you? Yeah, you don't have any rations. That's because you got no money to start with. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to say that the Berserker, the Dragon Hunter, and the 2 experts will have their own rations. Basically, they have 10 rations each. Yeah, just basically thingy with Finya. But I'm going to say Aluria here has 2 extra? Yeah, 2 extra, so sure. So that's 11 for her. That'll be 9 for the rest. Okay, I remember that. Right, okie dokie then. Now we're ready to carry on. Right, let's roll d6. 3. So we need to make 1 more movement. Okay, so we start from here. So we're going to go 1 and 2. So we're going to go to here. Perfect. Right. Do we get an encounter? 4. We do not, because an encounter is on a 5 or 6. Alright, cool. Now let's switch over to the PDF. No, I need the PDF, please. Thank you. And then we're going to roll a d100. So let's have a look. 50. Okay, so 50 is continuing Arctic terrain, which basically translates to 0 event. Okay, cool. Yeah, no event. Perfect. Okay. Now this, so we cross this out. There we go, 0. Down to 10. Then down to 8. Perfect. Okay. Next turn. Let's roll that d6. 2. So we can only move in a straight line this time. Alright, that's easy enough. So we're going to go 1 and 2. And we're 2 tiles away from our goal. Alright. So let's go d6 for an encounter. Yes, we do have an encounter. So this is a forced encounter. Wow. Okay. Yep, this is an enforced encounter. Basically, this means that we're going to have to fight this. Alright. Or do we? I've got an idea, but let's do this one step at a time first. Okay then, so before anything else, let's get back to our... Okay, let's get back to my encounter maker. Right, so we're technically still in Arctic, right? So we're still in Arctic. So party size 5, level 2, just to average out the different levels of the 3 people. So let's roll a d4 to determine if it's easy, hard, or deadly. Okay, it's medium. It's medium, we can take it. Okay, I made a little bit of a boob. When I was thinking about this whole militia and man-at-arms thing. I definitely did. So, first of all, let's go back. Before we generate our encounter, let me talk about this. So, the CR, right, the challenge rating, I just realized that you can make them equivalent to a character level. So, for example, right, so let me get my pen out. See, I'm learning things every day, right? So the CR ratings go from 1.8 to 1.4 to 1.2 to 1 and then 2, right? And then from 2 to 3. So our Dragon Hunter is a CR3, where our Berserker is a CR2, right? Do you know what this is? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. So we have a level 5 and a level 6 character. So do you know what? That's how I'm going to calculate the encounter now. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah, let me just quickly rub this out. So we're going to switch over to our encounter now, encounter maker, because what we're going to do is we're going to do this with things. So party size 2. Yep. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do 2 level 1s at different levels. We get 1 at level 3. We get 1 at level 5. And we get 1 at level 6. So we can randomize medium. Okay. Okay. So we're up against Manticore, and we're up against a White Dragon Wormling. Okay. This should be interesting. Alright then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a battle map, and I'm going to set up the combat, so I will see you in a minute. And that is where we will leave it. Already, Vinya and company has uncovered some extremely useful information, and already have flung themselves into the jaws of danger. Have they walked into a territorial dispute, or are both the Manticore and Wormling working together? All will be revealed next time. Hope to see you next time. Take care.